When you truly love someone, something ancient awakens within you, something older than time itself. It is not the kind of love the world speaks of in hurried whispers or fleeting moments of desire. It is a remembrance, a reuniting of souls who once danced in the light before they ever wore human form. This love does not come to decorate your life with pleasure or comfort. It comes as a sacred fire to burn away everything that is false within you, everything that hides your true essence. And when it enters, you realize that what you called love before was only a shadow of the divine that now breathes through your heart. In this video, we will discover what happens when we really love someone. So, enjoy! When you truly love someone, your consciousness expands beyond the boundaries of the self. You no longer see that person as other. You feel their joys as your own, their sorrows as if they echo inside your very chest. Something mystical begins to happen. The walls of separation crumble, and you find yourself standing naked before the mirror of their soul. Every flaw, every fear, every hidden corner of your being is reflected there, not to wound you, but to awaken you. This love reveals the truth of who you are. It demands that you shed every mask, every illusion of control, and surrender to a force vaster than any human reason. The ancients knew the secret. They taught that true love is not found. It is remembered. The human heart carries within it the memory of divine unity, the oneness from which all souls were born. When two souls meet with purity, they do not create love, they reawaken it. This is why true love feels both familiar and eternal, as if you have known that being beyond the span of this lifetime. You recognize something divine behind their eyes, a light that speaks to your own hidden divinity. It is not the meeting of two people, but the reunion of two flames that once were one. In the beginning, love arrives with sweetness, like spring rain upon dry soil. You feel alive in ways you had forgotten were possible. The world takes on new color. The air feels lighter. Music becomes sacred. You see beauty where before there was nothing but routine. Yet soon, the deeper work of love begins. The same love that fills you with ecstasy will test you, for it has come not only to comfort, but to cleanse. True love exposes the ego. It brings to the surface all that stands in the way of union. You begin to see your attachments, your fears, your hidden desires. Love mirrors them back, gently at first, then fiercely until you can no longer hide. And so, love becomes a path of transformation. It is not a destination where you rest, but a pilgrimage into the unknown. The ancients called it the fire of the heart, for it burns away illusion until only truth remains. When you love truly, you begin to die not in body, but in the false self. The I that once sought possession, control, or approval dissolves into something vast and radiant. You no longer need to be loved in return, because you have discovered that love itself is who you are. When you truly love someone, silence becomes sacred. You no longer need many words, for your souls begin to communicate in ways language cannot touch. A glance, a breath, a simple presence carries volumes of meaning. You feel them in your energy, even when they are far away. Their absence becomes a prayer, their memory a sacred echo that hums through your being. You understand that love is not a thing to be kept. It flows, like the breath of the divine, moving through both of you. To try to possess it would be to kill it. This is one of the great secrets known to the sages. True love demands freedom. The more you try to hold it, the more it escapes you. But when you let it be, when you allow it to move like wind through your life, it becomes eternal. That is why those who truly love do not cling. They trust the sacred rhythm of the universe, knowing that what is real can never be lost. The ancients said, "Love is not a chain but a flame. The chain binds, the flame purifies." When you truly love someone, you learn the art of surrender. You stop trying to change them, to fit them into your expectations or dreams. You begin to see them as they are, an expression of the divine, on their own path of awakening. Love becomes no longer about what they give you, but about how you can help them grow, how you can serve the unfolding of their soul. And in that service, you discover a joy far greater than personal satisfaction. You begin to understand that to love is to worship the divine in another form. Ancient mystics spoke of seva, selfless love, love without the hunger for return. This kind of love is not weak. It is the strongest force in existence. It has the power to transform darkness into light, fear into wisdom, separation into union. It is not an emotion but a state of consciousness. When you love like this, you become transparent to the divine will. Your actions flow naturally from compassion, not desire. Even your pain becomes a form of worship, for through it you are cleansed of selfishness. Yet this path is not easy. To truly love someone is to become vulnerable, to open yourself to the risk of loss, misunderstanding, even rejection. But those who fear loss never touch the true depth of love. The wise ones knew that love and pain are inseparable, like two wings of the same bird. One lifts you into ecstasy, the other humbles you into wisdom. Through both, you grow closer to the divine. When you truly love someone, you begin to see God in them, not as a concept, but as a living reality. Their smile becomes a temple, their eyes a prayer, their touch a benediction. Every moment shared with them feels like a moment spent with eternity itself. You begin to understand why the mystics spoke of God as the beloved. For love is the bridge between the visible and the invisible. Through the beloved, you come to know the infinite. But love also teaches detachment. The secret is not to escape love, but to love without losing yourself in attachment. The ancient masters taught, love deeply, but hold lightly. That means to allow the heart to be open while the mind remains free. When you love truly, you can let go without resentment. You can forgive without bitterness, and you can bless without demand. You no longer love because you need, they no longer complete you, for you are whole already. You love because you are love itself. In that realization, you begin to touch the same consciousness that the saints called Ananda, divine bliss. It is not the pleasure of emotion, but the joy of pure being. When two people love from that space, their relationship becomes a meditation. They no longer drain each other, for they no longer seek to take. They give effortlessly like the sun gives light. Each becomes the mirror that helps the other remember their divine nature. The ancients said that such love is the highest form of yoga, the union of souls. It transcends body, time, and distance. Even if one departs this world, the love remains, because it is woven into the fabric of eternity. That is why some loves never fade. They are not bound by physical closeness. They live in the soul. When you think of them, you feel that same sacred vibration, that silent recognition of something deathless. When you truly love someone, even separation becomes a teacher. You learn that absence does not diminish love, it purifies it. The longing you feel is not a wound, but a sacred ache that keeps your heart awake. The Sufi mystics called this ishki hakiki, the divine longing, through which the soul is refined. Through longing, your love expands beyond personal attachment and becomes love for all beings, love for existence itself. And so, what begins as love for one person becomes a doorway to the infinite. You start to feel tenderness for every living thing, for the trees that breathe with you, the sky that watches silently, the stranger who walks past. You realize that love was never meant to be confined to one relationship. It is the natural fragrance of the awakened heart. When you truly love someone, you awaken the seed of divine love within yourself, and that love flows outward to all creation. This is why the ancients said that the greatest purpose of love is to awaken the soul. Romantic love, friendship, parental love, all are but reflections of the one great love between the soul and the divine. Every relationship is a mirror showing you how close or how far you are from that source. When you love with attachment, you suffer. When you love with awareness, you are free. True love teaches patience. It teaches you to wait without anxiety, to trust the divine timing of life. Sometimes you meet the right soul at the wrong time, and you must walk separate paths. Sometimes you are called to love from a distance, to support silently. Love then becomes a spiritual discipline, a form of prayer. You learn that it is not always expressed through togetherness, but through understanding, compassion, and silent blessing. When you truly love someone, you start to understand eternity. You realize that the body may change, the mind may forget, but the connection between souls never dies. It is carried from one lifetime to another, written in the vibration of the heart. Some souls travel together through ages, helping each other awaken, lifetime after lifetime. This is why sometimes you meet someone and feel an instant recognition, an unspoken knowing that goes deeper than time. The secret of such love is that it is never really between two. It is between God and God, playing through two forms. When you grasp this, you are free from the illusions of possession, jealousy, or fear. You love in harmony with the universe itself. You no longer beg for love, for you have become love. You no longer chase happiness, for it flows from within you. You live in the state of giving, not grasping. The ancients used to say that to love truly is to see the divine everywhere. The more you love one soul deeply, the more your heart expands to embrace all souls. That is why saints could love all of humanity, because they first loved one being so completely that it shattered all barriers of separation. Love makes you humble, compassionate, and wise. It makes you see that every being is searching for the same divine home. So, when you truly love someone, honor it as sacred. Do not treat it as a mere emotion, but as a temple through which you may know the infinite. Do not run from the pain it brings, for that pain is purification. Do not cling to the pleasure it gives, for that pleasure is only a shadow of the bliss yet to come. Let love make you empty, so the divine can fill you. Let it break you so the truth can enter. In the end, love is the only thing that remains. Everything else, youth, beauty, success, even life itself, fades like a dream. But the love you have given, the love you have become, endures beyond death. It becomes the light that guides you through the worlds, the melody that the soul carries into eternity. That is the ancient secret. When you truly love someone, you awaken the God within you. You realize that love is not something you do, it is what you are. And when two beings realize this together, they become one with the universe itself. Their love ceases to be personal and becomes cosmic, an endless offering, a divine remembrance. To love truly, therefore, is the highest form of prayer. It is to look into another's eyes and see not a person, but the reflection of eternity. It is to live each moment as a sacred act of devotion. It is to be both human and divine, both lover and beloved, both giver and gift. And when such love finally blossoms in your heart, you will understand that it was never about another person. It was always about awakening the eternal flame within you, the same flame that burns in all hearts, the same light that shines through all beings. That is the great mystery, the eternal truth whispered through ages. When you truly love someone, you return to the source from which all love was born.